Welcome back to another episode of One of One. Today I am joined with a guest who has been deemed the next promising African rising star in comedy. How are you today?
I'm good, thanks.
So this is Chief Kosseh or Jesse Kosseh? Is that your full name?
My full name is Jesse Bobojita Kosseh Jr.
Oh, where are you from?
Sierra Leone, West Africa.
Oh, when did you move? When did you move to Australia?
It's been a minute. I think during John Howard's period, like 2006.
Wow.
Yeah, when the immigration policy was not like too tight.
Yeah. Now to be deemed the next promising, African comedian that's coming up, how does that make you feel? That's a pretty great title.
Yeah, I mean, it makes me feel good.
Yeah.
That people are like deeming me that. It makes me feel good. I just gotta whenever I'm on stage, I try to live up to that. Basically. Yeah.
Now I want to get the backstory. How did you get into comedy?
Okay, this is a funny story. I got into comedy. I think I was home one day from school and I was bored. It was during the Vines period, when the Vines was blowing. So I don't know if it was King Batch or Parak that did this Vine video.
Yeah.
And then I remade it into an African version.
Right.
So and then I think I got about 500,000 to probably 1 million views.
That's big.
Yeah, so then all that attention, I was like, you know what, I can actually do this. So
right.
I started doing videos about Africans, African parents, African uncles, just African...
Africanize it.
Yes, yeah, so I just Africanize it and then get my ideas and Africanize it.
Right.
And then people started engaging in it. And then one time, I think I got a call from DJ Bossman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was having this Face of South Sudan. That was when he called me up and said, hey man, can you do stand-up comedy? I was like, I have never gone up on stage. And he's like, but these people want you to do stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
They watch your videos, you can dress how you dress in your videos and you can appeal to them.
Mm-hmm.
So I went up on stage with my black shoes, shorts, and African costume, and then that was how I got into comedy. I think 2014 was the first time I got on stage.
2014?
Yes.
Well, you've kind of answered this, but I wanted to ask you, at what age did you realize that you wanted to do comedy? Because I'm thinking that maybe you already knew, maybe when you're a kid, people always tell you, this kid is funny. You know what I mean? Or maybe around friends in high school, they'll always be like, man, you're funny. Well, why don't you pursue comedy? At what age did you really think, man, this is something I could actually push towards?
I think comedy never... It was never the plan, really. Comedy never, it was never in my thought.
Right.
Let's say, going back to your question, in high school, I always used to get kicked out for being funny in class. I was always outside. People always used to laugh. I think I made a lot of friends just being funny in class.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think one time someone tried to bully me, and then I made him laugh. So,
really?
Yes. I still remember this still today. I think it was one of the, I don't want to call the school name right now because it's changed, but I got bullied on a Wednesday, all right, and on a Thursday I tried to get. He tried to bully me again and I made him laugh, so we became friends till then.
That's the craziest story. It's funny though, most of the people that you actually end up being tight with are people you really didn't like in the beginning, or you thought they didn't like you either. Yeah,
so he used to buy me lunch from a bully. Yeah. So I just rock over to school
that's a plot twist.
They used to do this cheesy bread thing. So whenever he buys it during recess, he'll bring it up to me and then I'll start eating it and I start making him laugh again. And then when I'm making him laugh, I was like, hey bro, I can't make you laugh anymore because
I can't make you laugh anymore.
Yeah, because I want to drink, so he gets me a drink. Yeah, so it was pretty good. And then I think comedy really got to me. It was when I was in Africa. Because I left Australia, I went to Africa for 2 to 3 years. So I was in school in Africa. I think it was then now that comedy really got to me. I was like, hey, I can be a comedian. But I never took it seriously until the Vines.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in Africa, I used to make people laugh, but it's a whole different ballgame. Teachers don't kick you out, they whoop you.
Yeah.
So
think twice before you make a joke.
So that's how I make a joke. Kids started laughing. The first 2 weeks I got this thing line in because I was from Australia, so they didn't want to whoop me.
Okay.
There was this strict teacher that came in. I think it was home economics. I started making fun about the subject. That's when it whooped me. Since then, the comedy in me it just soaked up until the Vines.
Now, who inspired you into comedy? It could have been maybe an uncle that you always thought, man, my uncle is funny as heck. Or maybe some famous comedians that you always watched. Who inspired you into comedy?
I think when I got the call from DJ Bossman to
Yeah.
do stand-up comedy, after that night, it went really good.
Yeah.
It was when now I started watching stand-up comedians, learning from them. I think who really inspired me based on their stories, that I can be like, hey man, I can relate to that. You know what I mean? It was Steve Harvey.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
Steve Harvey.
I love his story.
Really inspired me to
Yeah.
get into comedy. There are other comedians as well, but that's the main one.
Yeah.
Inspired me into comedy.
And what prompted you to start doing videos? Because you say you started doing videos in 2014.
Yes.
Right? And many times I think when people have a talent, like when they figure out like, man, I'm a good singer, or I'm a good rapper, or I'm a comedian, there is that hesitancy to start doing videos, especially videos, because I think people get paranoid of views and attention and things like that. What prompted you to actually start doing videos despite all the things that could have like flooded in your mind?
Yeah, after I remade the Vines video, I started getting my own ideas to do videos.
I'm writing you this letter because I want you to be my girlfriend. I hope you say yes. Actually, if you don't say yes, I am going to find you and I will shoot you. And I will tell the police that I have mental illness and there's nothing anyone can do about it. Ijoma, if you are reading this letter in the morning, good morning. If you are reading this letter in the afternoon, good afternoon. In the evening, good evening. At night, good night. If you are Christian, I greet you in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Baby, don't think about it. I will not lie to you like a Ghanaian. I will not cheat on you like a Liberian. Matter of fact, my love for you will never end like corruption in Sudan.
Jesus is Lord!
You are the only mosquito that will bite me and I will not slap it or do anything. Matter of fact, the love I have for you is like Gary. When I soak it, it will multiply. Hey, baby. Sincerely, your future husband.
I think necessarily I didn't really care about the views. Basically, I just put it out there because I feel like, oh, it's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm bored. I can do this.
Yeah.
And I also think that that no one in Perth or in Australia at that time was doing those type of videos.
Right.
So it kind of like engaged with the audience a lot more, especially with the audience of people of the African communities.
Yes.
Because they want something to relate to as well, not
Yeah.
just the normal videos that they see. So
Yeah.
So I think that's what really prompted me. I put out 2 videos, got like so much attention,
Yeah.
and I started doing it weekly. And then, as you said previously, before we started recording, and then I stopped. so I stopped doing videos. I used to get like messages almost every day. Hey man,
Yeah.
when you doing?
What's going on?
Yeah, when you doing the next video?
Right.
Hey man, and then I was like, hey dude, man, I'm trying to focus on uni right now.
Right.
Let me graduate, and then I'll get back to videos. And then I posted my graduation video, and then people started messaging me again. Hey, now you graduated. What's the next video?
Now that's done.
Yeah,
Can we get back to what we were doing
like,
before?
when's the next video? And then I think one of the guys posted one of my lines that I normally used to say during my roast videos.
Yeah.
Like he literally typed it in caps. I was like, yo, this guy's actually serious. It's like, oh my God. Blood of Samson, Chief Kosseh. Now that you're graduated, when's the next video coming? And then I think it was the time that I dropped one video, and then I just went back to it. I'm like, nah.
Someone who just come into your house. Give me the money now. You see the bullet traveling, cinematography. Hit it, pop, 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 pop. The guy will die. The robber will take what he wants to take and leave. Same scenario in a Bollywood movie. Someone will just come. Put your hands up now. The director will play a song. The victim will start to dance, and the perpetrator will dance. Take it. It's only in Sierra Leone. It's only in Sierra Leone wherein someone will shoot you. You won't hear the gunshot until they are leaving. Someone will just enter.
Did your parents take it well when you said you wanted to pursue comedy?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
That's great.
My mom did. My mother did. My mom was even like, I think my first show, 2015. My mom was like, hey, perform for me. Let me see. So it was just kind of weird because it's like you don't, like me personally, I don't get that energy if I'm
Yeah.
just performing for like one person.
One person.
Yeah, but then when I'm on the stage, I'm like a whole different person. So my mom's like, perform for me. I was like, you know what? I'll give you 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So I gave my mom 2 minutes, and then she was like, oh, that's amazing. My dad liked the idea,
Mm-hmm.
but he also wanted me to focus more on schooling. Yes,
Right.
until the day my dad found out how much comedians make.
Let's change it.
Yes. So the day my dad found out how much comedians make,
Yeah.
I think I went for a comedy at the comedy lounge.
Mhm.
So I came home, and then my dad was in the lounge. He's like, "Hey, my son, come." So this is how much comedians make. Sit down, let me tell you a joke.
Now he's a comedian.
Yeah, I was shocked. He's like, sit down, let me tell you something about the family that you can fabricate or make in a way.
Fabricate.
Yes, or you can make in a way and say it in stand up, but don't say their names, just say your uncle.
Your dad's the mood.
Yeah, so he gave me some jokes. He gave me some jokes. And then I got up, I think on my second show, my uncle was in the audience. So I didn't want to say his name, so I just got up on stage. I was like, my uncle. And then based on the story, you can see that my uncle was laughing, and at a certain point, he was just like, because he knows it was about him. So ever since my dad found out how much comedians make, even before that, he's been more supportive. But I'm just saying, like, in terms of like comedy, you know, parents just want us to like focus on education.
Yeah.
Because I understand from their point of view. Because coming up, that was one of the things that they had. Education is what got them to where they are right now. Because most of these entertainment things were not as popular as it was to them than it is to us now.
Yeah.
So I can't understand where they're coming from.
Now talking about, you know, just you being out there, how did you gather confidence? I don't know, like I always think a lot of people don't just start something with confidence. Given that, I mean, you went through bullying and stuff, but then you were kind of the funniest person in class. So I'm like, how did you really gather that confidence to say, you know what? I'm gonna take this from just an idea to actually putting action to it, because I think a lot of times, you know, people do struggle with that kind of point where they want to go for something, but there's just that lacking confidence. And how did you always have it? How did you grow in your confidence?
I think, okay, look, this could come out as a surprise. I'm actually a shy person. You see, it's surprised. I'm actually a shy. I think I got out of that zone. It was during when I used to go to school, this guy called Truth. I don't know if he still goes by that name, Truth. He was doing this street freestyle thing. So I was more into, before comedy, I was more like into the rap, like how you used to rap a bit.
You are a rapper?
Yeah, like freestyler.
What?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Is there any material out?
Yeah, I got some videos on Facebook of like me. I used to do this Freestyle Fridays.
That's interesting.
So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, before comedy, so I just put the camera down, sit back, play a beat, and just start freestyling.
That's
like
sick.
Yeah, so that's how I got into got my confidence out. And then speaking about getting the thought, the ideas into coming up on stage, I think my family plays a lot into my comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and everything around me basically plays a lot into my comedy. So getting those ideas and putting it out on stage, it takes a lot of like practice. Like I even before I get up on stage, like during the week, I gotta practice like an hour, trying to get the materials right, trying to get the right action, the right movement, how I can get the most laughs through it, and all of that. So confidence-wise, I think rapping got me out of that.
Got you out of that. Well, you've kind of answered my next question already. I was going to ask you what inspires your material. I mean, your dad already told you, let me tell you about our family. So he has already told you, family, go ahead, use it. You know, but are there other things that inspire your material? Maybe conversations with friends, you know, what else inspires your material?
Everything. I think
life in general.
Yes, I think mainly when I'm on stage, I talk a lot about, let's say, relationships a bit, and then I talk about the female gender, but obviously not in like a rude way, because I know that the females can relate to themselves, and the men can also relate to them. Yeah. So I talk about that. I talk about politics. Yeah. I think it was due to what I studied. So I talk about politics and a bit of I tend not to do stereotyping, but it's funny though. You cannot get up on stage and not do like one of those casual stereotyping. So I talk about that. I talk about bit about terrorism. A bit. Yeah, I think that's basically what I studied. So I kind of like take jokes out of my daily life.
Yeah.
Conversations with friends, family. I think one time people stopped having like deep conversations with me because they know I'm gonna say up on
They're
stage.
like, watch it.
Yeah, because they know I'm gonna bring it up on stage and try to get something funny out of
Yeah.
it. So yeah.
Now, have you ever been dry of jokes? Like, I know you just mentioned that, you have to do a lot of practice and make sure you're getting everything right, like your body movements, everything. Have you ever been to a point where you've just been dry? Like, you've
Yes.
been trying to force jokes and, like, come up with them and
Yes.
nothing.
Yes.
And how did you cope with that?
I got booed. Yes. Yeah, I think that was the time I almost quit comedy. I had my jokes.
Was that early in your
Yes,
career, or was it like halfway through?
2015 or 2016.
Oh, that's
Yes.
too early.
So I got up on the stage. You know how I got up on stage as one of at the Comedy Lounge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got up at the Comedy Lounge. I think they were at the Charles Hotel.
Mm-hmm.
So I was with my friend who's an artist now, Ramirez.
Yeah.
So we went there and I had all my materials sorted out and all of that. So I got up on stage, said the first two, people laughed, and then I just got blanked. I just went black, and I tried to instead of going to my material, I was trying to fend off the crowd.
Yeah.
And the crowd has been really tough, so I just stood there. I was like, oh, shit. Back then, kids used to have so much comebacks in schools, you know what I mean? Like, hey, talk to the hand because your mom is a man.
Yeah.
I'm like, you can't do that right now.
Yeah.
You'd be like, hey, talk to the hand because we don't know your mama's gender.
Oh, I get why.
Yeah.